It's Tag Tuesday, and we are putting the first tag in the June Patriotic Journal. Good morning, this is Kelly with Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and I'm way behind on this, and I'm going to work on it periodically throughout the month to get it finished, to get this journal finished. Plus, we're going to be working on the Pink Christmas album, which we're going to start next Monday, and then we have our 25 Days of Christmas, which kicks off tomorrow. Now, the first week in the series is going to be simple cards as I start getting things in order and back on track here, because I'm also going to be working on my manuscript this month and trying to finish An Ozark's Homecoming for the month of July. So, this is going to be a rather short video, I hope, so it doesn't take forever to upload this morning. This is the first of 4 signatures that I put together, and these are my scraps from the journal, from this particular signature. And what I did was, so that I could work in things until I got them put together, there's some short pages in here, and I wanted to make sure I got everything attached. So what I did was I poked 2 small holes on either side of where the center hole will be, and I just tacked them together so they're in there. Now, the first tag we're going to work on for today is going to fit in this pocket. I just had my ruler. So we're going to do a quick tag, tall tag this morning, and it's going to be approximately 7 1/4 inches long, maybe 7 1/2. And I am working from packaging. I have this one, and I think this one we're going to work with today. And then I have 2 others from another Crafter's Companion, a Stickabilities, and I want to use these before I cut into large regular cardstock or heavyweight cardstock. So it needs to be about 7 1/4, so we're going to need to go about there. And I think the width is right for this one, so I'm going to move this aside. These are the 2 papers that I've chosen from that, excuse me, Paper Studios pad. And I think I want to cut out a word from this sheet, but this is the one we're going to use for the tag. And I'm going to put it on this side. So first, let's cut this to our length. And we want to make sure we cut the top part off. So we're going to go, let's do 7 1/4. I think I like that one. And see, then we've got this one left we can make smaller tag tickets with. So we're going to move that one to the side. And we're going to need this. Maybe not. We may just do this by hand this morning. Save us a little time. So this is one of them from the paper pad. There are 3 sheets of this, so I know I'll have plenty to do all 4 of the tags, because you know me, I make everything to match in every signature. So I'm going to turn this over. And this has a linen feel to it. It's kind of cool. And because I know I want to put it on this back side, I'm going to go ahead. You know what? I forgot to turn on another light, so give me just a minute to get this in place, because I'm going to need it when I get ready to cut this down. And we're going to squishy that. And let's get this other light turned on. It's still early. I've had very little coffee, as in the depth of my cup will show. But I needed to get this run and put up. So, okay, we have our glue on there. And I'm going to go ahead and take this right to the edge and down to the bottom. Now, I can't move the paper up out of the way. But I've adhered it to the bottom left and side of this paper. And I'm going to go ahead and squeegee that. I've got to figure out where one of my ball rollers went. I thought I had an extra one, but I haven't been able to find it. And I couldn't find one at Dollar Tree yesterday, so. Okay, cheater's on. So I can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to cut this right up the side of this tag. Now I want to cut against the edge of this, so I'm going to set my scissors at an angle against that edge. I'm not going to go straight up and down. I'm going to set them at an angle against that edge, and you'll get a cleaner cut against the edge of your paper if you do that. You see, I've nipped that just a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to come up just a little bit farther so I can, whoops. Okay, that's okay. We're going to lose that on the corner anyway, so that's no biggie. And I think I will come in and clean this up just a little bit now that I can get everything on the table. Not a biggie. Okay. So that's what happens when you try to use scissors too early in the morning. Okay. Now this also has this in red, and I thought about doing 2 of the tags in blue and 2 of the tags in red, and I still may do that. Don't count that out. I still may do that. And I'll tell you why here in just a minute. Because this is such a wide tag, let's go ahead and do this at the 125, I think. So I think this is 175. I want to do this on the one. Okay, let's do that. I think I like that. And remember, this is my tag clipping tool from Stampin' Up. You can buy them individually or you can buy them as the set. Just like that. And remember, I'm going to save all my little squares, and those are going to become a tag edge or a border edge at some point, even if I have to cut extras to get enough. Okay, put my tag template away, my scissors away. Oh, I pulled the wrong tag, the wrong flower here. Grab the right one. Ow. Huh. Well. I guess I'll use the white. I thought I had those in red. I've got them in this blue, but I thought I had them in red also, but apparently not. And I also have my K&company trims here. And I thought maybe we could use one of them. Something that's got a pop of red in it. I have the bunting. But I wanted to run something up the side. It may not be what we go for. I know I want to save these. There's also this one. This one might work. That one might work. And we're going to make this really simple. I'm going to move the rest of these over here out of the way. And then I want to use, I have a whole box of these flowers, but do you think I could find them? But I'm going to have enough to do at least 2 of these with white. And I think I just solved my problem. So let's go ahead and glue this one down. I gotta sit. I gotta sit. So let's go ahead and glue this one down. Now, I think I'm going to be better off clipping this off first, because I want to run the glue on either side of the stars, not up against, not down through the center. So we are going to go ahead and clip that one off, just like that. My glasses on so I can see where to run the glue. And we'll try to run a fine bead right down the edge of that scallop on there. And I'm going to do it on both sides of the stars. Maybe even come back and add a little bit of adhesive periodically between the stars. Okay, there we go. Turn this way so we can see where we're at. And I'm going to take it all the way to the top there. Try to make it straight. It's still early. Yep, there we go. I'm already cockeyed. I think that's better. Okay, and then I'm going to put this on the top, and I'm going to use my glue. And I don't have my brush handy, so let's use the tip of a silicone and see if we can get in here with it. And I'm going to put it on a little bit on each of those petals, because putting it in the middle is really not going to do us any good, is it? So we're going to put this at the top. So as we'd make our fingers walk. Okay, there's that. Now that'll dry, and that little dab of glue there won't make any difference, because I'm going to come back and I'm going to snip off one of these. And I think I want, yeah, there's two of them the same. So let's do this one with the flag pointing down. Let's do that. Put that one. And I could have taken it off the end instead of cutting into the center. See, it's not good to craft before you've had all of your coffee in the morning. Now, because it's going on that fabric, I am going to use my crafter's glue again, which is what I use for fabric and that kind of thing. And I'm going to try and spread this around on that disc a little bit. Now, I'm not distressing anything in this book because I want to keep the crisp white. We're going to do that. That's going to be the top of our tag. Put our glue away. And see, one of the reasons I like the silicone brushes is I can just lay that aside and just let it dry. I don't have to worry about it. And let's see if we can get a word out of here rather quickly that would go across. Independence isn't going to fit. Freedom would fit, but it's blue. I need one of the words in red. And I think it's going to have to be honor or stars. Let's do stars. And I think that's going to be better if I do this. Now tomorrow, we're going to kick off with our first card of the 25 Days of Christmas, and I'm looking forward to that. And as I said, the first week are going to be really simple tags, so if you have a lot of cards to make, this first week is going to be the one you're going to want to pay attention to, because everything is going to be so super simple. Tomorrow we are going to use a die cut. So if you want to get out a die cutting machine, now see, I want the one with reds. Oh, stars and stripes is all one word. Well, I wasn't counting on that. One nation. I don't suppose I got USA in red, do I? I have United We Stand. I think we're just going to go with just the stars. And we're going to cut it off right there. That head of the ampersand. And I'm going to cut this one off here. And I think I am going to put a little bit of a dimensional behind that, because when it lays on this, it, excuse me, when it lays on that, it's raised up a little bit. So let me put a, oh, wait a minute, maybe I've got a strip. I do, but I'm going to go ahead and use a couple of the big ones. Do that. Okay. So we're going to keep them to like the center and this end. Burnish those down a little bit. Put the paper backing in the trash, not in my coffee cup. And let's put another one. I just had a reality check here. I'll get a hold of that one. Let's let it sit over top of that. So we're going to go like this. There we go. Now, because that pocket is pretty deep, I can do a little bit of embellishing on the tag and it's not going to interfere. So, here's our first of 4 of these tags in the Patriotic Journal. And it'll slide right in there. So that's going to be our first signature. Now, for a final thing today, thought I'd show you the cover. Now I'm working on it. I know what's going on the front, and I'll surprise you with that when I do it. But this is the first time I've done 5 signatures in a journal. Heck, it's the first time I've done 4. So I have a 4-inch spine I'm going to be stitching these signatures into today. Wish me luck. In the meantime, please remember to come back tomorrow because we kick off our 25 Days of Christmas. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and creative blessings.